What's up, it's Timmons here. Now, with Wicked coming out this week, since it of course stars Jeff Goldblum as, the Wizard of Oz, I decided to do my top 10 favorite wizard movies. Because who doesn't love a good movie with a wizard, right? So here's my list. Number 10 is The Wiz. Obviously, this is a reimagining of The Wizard of Oz, which obviously, I'll get you that way in a bit. This, of course, features Richard Pryor as The Wiz, who great performance. Like he embodies the Wiz perfectly. I mean that it takes a while for obviously the Wiz to come on screen, but Richard Pryor is just embodies the role perfectly. Obviously the other cast, Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, Nipsey Russell, like the Wiz just is great. Alright, number 9 is the Black Cauldron. Now the Black Cauldron, is set in the mythical land of Pyrene during the early Middle Ages, and centers on a wicked emperor known as the Horn King, who hopes to secure an ancient magical cauldron that will aid him to desire to conquer the world here. And the Black Cauldron is a really iconic Disney movie. Like it's probably not as classic as most Disney movies nowadays, but the Black Cauldron is great. And of course, obviously, you got the Wizard of Delben, Creeper, Magical Entities. It's such a classic one. Of course, it came out all the way back in like 1985. Wow, it's like 40 years old. It is a really good one that's well worth watching. All right, number 8 is another Disney movie of the Renaissance, The Sword and the Stone. Obviously, you got it is of course where like a young Arthur known as what is mentored by the wizard Merlin, who teaches him a lesson through magical transformation. I mean, Sword and Stone is not like in the Stone is not like my top tier favorite Disney anime movies of all time, nothing like that. I say you should always like the Sword and the Stone. It definitely is very classic there. I love the Merlin character. It is a like a '60s Disney classic, a Disney Renaissance of the '60s. Really, it's such a really good one. And if you guys ever seen The Sword and the Stone, highly recommend that one. All right, coming in at number 7 is Willow. Now, of course, you've got the always great Warwick Davis, as the Tyrell of Willow, directed by Ron Howard, and about like a farmer and aspiring sorcerer Willow, um, who embarks on a dangerous quest to protect a young infant, to end the evil queen's reign. And Warwick Davis, like obviously, my favorite performance of his will always be as a leprechaun. But I always love Warwick Davis in this. He really plays the part well. Does such a good job here. It is a shame that the Wills series didn't work out so well, but yeah. And of course, obviously Val Kilmer. I mean, it's just such a good one. Number 6 is Excalibur. Obviously, you got Nicole Williamson, who portrays the role of Merlin, and this is a retelling of the Arthurian legend, following King Arthur's rise of the Knights of the Round Tables here. And of course, you got very young Liam Neeson, Helen Mirren's in this one. It is an '80s like fantasy Sword of Stone classic. Nicole Williamson embodies Merlin perfectly. I always like the look of Merlin in this one, and yeah, obviously he is a mentor to Arthur and wielders of ancient mystical powers and stuff. He does such a good job here. All right, number 5 is Doctor Strange. Obviously, Doctor Strange is the wizard. Obviously, the MCU sorceress here. Of course, you got Doctor Strange who seeks healing in Nepal. Instead, he becomes a master of mystical arts here. And Benedict Cumberbatch plays Doctor Strange perfectly. He's been playing the role since 2016, and obviously, he's been playing the role from the Avengers movies, to in the Multiverse of Madness, to Spider-Man. He just embodies the role perfectly, and whether we get a third one, who knows? And obviously, you got Tilda Swinton as obviously the Ancient One, Chiwetel Ejiofor as Mordo. Some good other wizards here. All right, number 4 is Fantasia, another Disney classic here. I mean, you literally, of course, got a groundbreaking animated musical anthology by Disney blending classic music with imaginative stories, including The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which obviously there was the Nicolas Cage one, which was terrible. Of course, here you got Mickey Mouse who tries magic far beyond his skills. I mean, it is a really decent, Disney movie from the 40s. I mean, Mickey Mouse is just so iconic as this role here. And of course, you got young Sid, who's a powerful sorcerer who disciplines Mickey and the Sorcerer's Apprentice. I mean, it's such a classic one here. It does obviously have dialogue, but really has like little dialogue at times. I mean, Fantasia is just a really cool one. I don't know what else I've seen Fantasia though. All right, number three is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Obviously, you do got Ian McKellen as Gandalf. The Lord of the Rings franchise. I don't love the Lord of the Rings movies as much as most people do because people cherish this franchise a lot. But I still quite appreciate them. Like they are really interesting. The effects are really great. Ian McKellen does such a good job as Gandalf, and I mean we're supposed to be getting him back as Gandalf again for the next Lord of the Rings movie. That's gonna be cool to see. All right, coming in at number two is the Harry Potter franchise. Obviously, this one of the most iconic lines. You're a wizard, Harry. I mean, one of the most iconic lines Hagrid has in this, in my opinion. And obviously, you got other wizards like Albus Dumbledore. Harry Potter is just so iconic. I'm actually gonna go with the original, like the first film. I'm not really gonna talk about the sequels. I'm just going with the Sorcerer's Stone. I mean, it is crazy to believe it's been this long since the Harry Potter films came out. They are still terrific to this day. I mean, they're just amazing. And yeah, who doesn't love Sorcerer's Stone? And obviously, we ended up getting more Harry Potter movies since. And of course, McGonagall, Snape, like lots of cool wizards in this. And my number one favorite wizard movie of all time has the wizard in the title, obviously. It's The Wizard of Oz. Obviously, starring the great Frank Morgan as the Wizard of Oz. I could have gone with James Franco's Oz Grand Powerful, which I actually enjoyed that more than most people did. I could have also gone with The Wiz as well. I could have included that in my list too. But I'm going with the original. The Wizard of Oz is one of the greatest movies of all time. Obviously, Frank Morgan does play multiple characters throughout. I mean, he plays the caddy, not the caddy, the cabbie, the horse guy. He plays the doorman. He plays the fortune teller guy. I mean, hey, Frank Morgan has been playing multiple characters before Tyler Perry made that be cool. And obviously, his biggest one is playing the wizard. And obviously, his iconic moments in the Wizard of Oz is really great. Obviously, finally giving them a heart, a brain, and stuff like that. Once get Dorothy home. I mean, just so iconic. Obviously, the wizard, the green face wizard when they go to the Emerald City. I mean, what's that? I mean, I love the line, by the way. I mean, it's just so great, and obviously one of the greatest movies of all time. It's a timeless classic in my opinion. But that's pretty much it there. Here is my quick rundown. Number 10, The Wiz. 9, The Black Cauldron. 8, The Sword in the Stone. 7, The Willow. 6, Excalibur. 5, Doctor Strange. 4, Fantasia. 3, Lord of the Rings. 2, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And number 1 is The Wizard of Oz. Anyway, let me let you guys. What is some of your favorite wizard movies? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy.